At the will reading, my parents smiled as the lawyer handed my sister Victoria a check for $2 million. Then they turned to me and said, "Alina, you'll get the house upstate. It needs a lot of work, but it's something." I felt my stomach drop. The house upstate was my great Aunt Rose's crumbling farmhouse that had been abandoned for 15 years. But then the lawyer cleared his throat. "Actually, there's one more envelope. From Rose Martinez directly to Alina." My mother's eyebrows shot up. "That's impossible. Aunt Rose had dementia. She barely remembered our names." The lawyer pulled out a thick manila envelope with my name written in shaky handwriting. Mrs. Martinez was very specific about when this should be opened. As he unfolded the letter, I noticed something that made my heart race. It was dated just 3 weeks before she passed, and the handwriting was perfectly clear. You see, I'd always been the family problem child. Not because I was rebellious, but because I asked too many questions. When Dad lost his job and we suddenly had money troubles, I was 8 years old asking, "Why are we broke if Victoria still gets dance lessons?" When I was 16 and wanted to apply to art school, Mom said we couldn't afford it. But somehow they found $3,000 for Victoria's study abroad program that same year. I started working at 15 to save for my own education while Victoria got everything handed to her. The breaking point came 2 years ago at Christmas dinner. I'd just gotten engaged to Marcus, and I was excited to share our plans for a small wedding. "We're thinking maybe the community center, something simple and affordable," I said. Victoria laughed. "Oh, please, Elena, you can't get married at a community center. What will people think?" Then Mom chimed in. "Well, if you'd made better choices, maybe you could afford something nicer." I snapped. "Better choices? Like what? Like letting you pay for everything instead of being independent?" The room went silent. Then Dad said the words that broke something in me. "Victoria appreciates what this family does for her. You've always been ungrateful." That's when I realized I wasn't the ungrateful one. I was just the one who noticed the inequality. The lawyer began reading Aunt Rose's letter. "My dear Elena, if you're hearing this, then your parents have just tried to give you the worthless farmhouse while handing Victoria the money. What they don't know is that I've been watching this family for 73 years. Elena, do you remember when you were 12 and you spent that summer with me? You helped me organize all my papers and you found those old stock certificates I thought were worthless. You insisted we look them up, remember?" I did remember. Aunt Rose had boxes of old papers, and I'd helped her sort through everything. The lawyer continued, "Those worthless stocks you helped me catalog? They were early investments in companies that became Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. That crumbling farmhouse you think you're inheriting? It sits on 847 acres of land that 3 different development companies have been trying to buy for the past decade." Victoria's face went white. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying Alina just inherited approximately $12 million in stocks and land assets. The worthless farmhouse comes with mineral rights to a limestone quarry that's been generating $2,000 annually in royalties." The room exploded. My mother stood up, shaking. "This is impossible. Rose was confused. She had dementia." The lawyer pulled out medical records. Mrs. Martinez was evaluated by 3 different doctors in her final months. All confirmed she was completely lucid and capable of making financial decisions. "But why?" Dad stammered. "Why would she leave everything to Elena?" The lawyer read more. "Because Elena was the only one who treated me like a person instead of a paycheck. While the rest of you visited twice a year and asked about my will, Elena called me every week. She sent me photos of her art, asked about my stories, remembered my birthday." Victoria finally exploded. "This isn't fair. I'm the one who went to college. I'm the one with the good job. I'm the one who—" "You're the one who got everything handed to you," I said quietly. "And you still wanted more." My father's voice cracked. "Elena, you have to understand. Victoria needed more help. She's always struggled with— With what? I interrupted. Being responsible, working for things, appreciating what she has? The letter continued. Alina, I watched your parents favor Victoria for decades. I watched them dismiss your talents, minimize your achievements, and make you feel like you were asking for too much when you asked for anything at all. My mother started crying. We just wanted to make sure both girls were taken care of. No, I said, standing up. You wanted to make sure Victoria was taken care of. I was an afterthought who was supposed to be grateful for scraps. Aunt Rose's letter had one final section. Alina, I know your parents will try to convince you to share this inheritance fairly. Don't let them. You earned this through 28 years of being overlooked and undervalued. Victoria looked at me with tears in her eyes. You're really going to keep it all, after everything this family has given you? I laughed. Actually laughed. What has this family given me, Victoria? Name one thing that wasn't conditional, that didn't come with guilt, that wasn't somehow turned into evidence of how difficult I am. I put myself through community college. I saved for my own car. I paid for my own apartment. I bought my own engagement ring because Marcus and I believe in building something together instead of expecting handouts. My parents looked stunned. They'd been so focused on Victoria's needs that they'd never noticed I'd stopped asking for their help. Aunt Rose left me this inheritance because she saw what you refused to see, that I've been taking care of myself while you took care of Victoria. That was 18 months ago. I used part of Aunt Rose's inheritance to open my own art studio and gallery. It's located in the renovated farmhouse. Turns out the crumbling building just needed someone who saw its potential instead of its problems. My gallery features local artists who've been overlooked by traditional spaces. We host workshops for kids whose families can't afford art lessons. And yes, we make a profit, because beauty and business can coexist when you actually care about both. Marcus and I got married last spring in the wildflower field behind the farmhouse. It was small, intimate, and absolutely perfect. We didn't need anyone's permission or financial support to create something beautiful. Victoria reached out 6 months ago asking for a loan after losing her job. I said yes, with conditions. She'd pay it back with reasonable interest, and we'd rebuild our relationship slowly, honestly. The best part? Aunt Rose left one more surprise. Her lawyer called last month to tell me she'd also left detailed instructions for a scholarship fund. Every year we'll give $25,000 to a student whose family doesn't believe in their dreams. The first recipient is a girl named Emma, whose parents think art school is a waste of money. Her application essay made me cry. I just want someone to believe that my dreams matter too. Aunt Rose knew exactly what she was doing. She didn't just give me financial freedom. She gave me the power to see other overlooked dreamers and help them believe in themselves. So here's my question. Have you ever been the difficult one in your family simply because you noticed unfairness? Have you been made to feel guilty for wanting the same treatment others received automatically? Your feelings are valid. Your dreams matter. You're not asking for too much when you ask to be valued.